Italian Football Podcast.
We're going to do a little profile, as we do now and again. Tommaso Baldanzi, who is the 20-year-old trequartista that plays for Empoli, number 10 of Empoli. And yeah, he's a player that I really, really like. I think he's got a really, really bright future ahead of him. He's as I said, he's a number 10. He plays like behind the front two, because Empoli play a 4-3-1-2 mainly. And he's really, really short. I think he's 5'6", 5'7", but he's lovely ball control, skillful, creative, really, really fantastic left foot. Really, really good at kind of like finding space in between the lines, like in the half spaces. His passing and progressive passes here, like very ambitious passer, like among the top ranked players for these things in Serie A in terms of like accuracy. He's got 4 goals in 16 games this season. He's said that his idol is Paulo Dybala. You can kind of see some likeness there in terms of like the way that he moves and the little movements and manoeuvres he does. You can see a little bit of Dybala, although not for 1 second saying that he's as good as Paulo Dybala was when he burst onto the scene, but there's certainly some likeness there. And he made his under-21 debut over the last week and played very well, actually, in a win against Serbia. Went close to scoring a few times, and he's played in all the youth groups for Italy. So he's, I think he's a very, very promising player, very, very good technically, and I think he's definitely destined for a bigger club. Nima, are you a fan of this player?
I really am. Let's start. He was born in Poggibonsi, which is it's in Provincia di Siena, on March 23rd, 2003. He joined Castelfiorentino, a local club, at the age of 6. And of course, Castelfiorentino are known for being Luciano Spalletti's first club as a player. At age 8, he joined Empoli's youth academy, and he's been with them ever since. He's ambidextrous. He can play as a number 10, but he's also played as a left winger. There's been, people have drawn comparisons to Giovinco and Papu Gomez, also because of how short he is. He's 5'7" or 170 centimeters. But he's been public, like you said, about idolizing Paulo Dybala. He won the under-19 championships with Empoli in 2019. He made his senior or first-team debut in the Coppa Italia on October 28, 2020 at 17 against Benevento, getting an assist for the 4-2 goal. The same season, he helped Empoli win the Primavera Championship, which is the youth team championship, and he was named the MVP of that competition. He made his Serie A debut on May 22nd. He replaced Cutrone, of all people, in a 1-0 win over Atalanta. He scored his first Serie A goal against Hellas on 2022, because when Paolo Zanetti took over, he's been a mainstay ahead of the season. He's been a mainstay in the Empoli lineup. And of course, he recently signed a contract extension which keeps him at Empoli until 2027. This is a guy who's a pure Empoli product through and through. He's from Tuscany. He's from that area. I absolutely think that this is a player that I would love to see play for one of the 3 big clubs. I think Vicario, Parisi, and Baldanzi, Ricci, Aslani, these players that they've brought up, they are quality players, and I would love to see him at Inter, or a Juve or a Milan. I think he would not be out of place in any of those clubs. And they're all interested in him as well. But I think he'll probably stay for another year. But I do know that Inter are very, very interested in him.
Yeah, no, I think he will stay. I think it's good for him to stay as well. He needs another year. He's only played 16 games this season, 16 starts rather. And I think Vicario will definitely leave. And Parisi, I think, will leave as well. And they'll join big clubs, big Serie A clubs this summer. I'm sure of that. The only concerns I have I mean, I know you say he's played as a left winger. I don't remember him playing as a left winger, but
He is
I might be
ambidextrous.
mistaken.
Let's remember that he's good with both of his feet, and he's good at dribbling. And I've seen him play as a left winger at times. When he was younger, he's done that especially.
Yeah,
So
I don't know how good he was as a left winger. I can't.
well, he was
I
named
can't.
Primavera Player of the the MVP of the Primavera. So I mean,
Yeah, but playing
when
at
they
what
won it.
position?
Well,
Playing in what
he's
position?
played in both. That's the thing, and that's when he was named MVP. But of course, his first position is to play more centrally behind strikers. But
Well, yeah,
when
I'm just saying.
yeah,
From what I've seen of him, I want to see if he can play in that. I hope he can. That he can be a success in that position, because that's my only concern with him, is that the number 10 position. We know in modern football, it's a bit of a
doesn't
dead
exist.
role. Yeah, it's a dead role.
Doesn't
No one
exist.
plays really. So either he play. I mean, no one plays. The top teams are not going to play a 4-3-1-2. Okay, Empoli are playing it. That's fine. Top teams are not going to play that formation. And 4-2-3-1.
Well,
I guess some
Napoli
teams.
might. Napoli might. So I mean,
don't know.
there's been talk of Napoli as well. But I do agree with you. I think his position is. I think I'd love to see him as a mezzala. I think that's where I would love to see him. I'd love to see him more in a deeper role. I think he would do really, really well. And also because
Yeah.
of his dribbling, he is a good dribbler. He's very technical. I really like this player.
Yeah, for sure.